Successful people learn how to make their mind work for them. I'm David Nagel, and this is the Successful Mind Podcast.
Hey everyone, this is BT and welcome to Inside the Episode. Today, David and I are going inside episode 158, Change Your Beliefs to Change Your Results, Part 3. Lights, camera, action. David, here we go. We're diving into the science of getting rich.
Awesome, let's go.
And Waddle's chapter entitled Acting in the Certain Way. So, up to this point, through the previous two pieces of this three-parter, we've built the image, we've left the station, we're on the track, headed to the result we desire. And what you desire, you said, is somewhere on that track. It's already there. It's already waiting for you. The big thing is, you said, preparing yourself to receive is a huge part in this. So what does that sort of preparation look like? How does one prepare to receive the thing they want? Because if they don't, they may miss it.
Well, I think that it depends on what it is that you're looking to receive in your life as to the preparations that you're going to make. But I think that it starts off with a mental preparation of gratitude and expectancy that the thing's actually going to come in. So we have that expectancy about what it is that we want and the gratitude. So that is preparing our mind to receive what it is that we're actually saying that we want. There can be physical preparations depending on what it is. Like if you were going to have a brand new car or something and you had your garage cluttered, maybe you want to, so you're doing something.
Make the space.
Yeah, you're doing physical to show that
Sure.
basically all the preparation is the actionable thing that we do that says to the universe, I expect this to happen. It's digging the ditches, as in the whole story around Moses and when they were in the desert saying that they needed rain and they were praying for rain, but Moses was like, where's the ditches? If you really believed it was going to happen, where's the ditches?
There you go.
So it's
Yeah.
it's the ditches. It's digging the ditches.
I love that. Preparing yourself to receive is such a huge part in that. Also, I loved the quote, whatever it is you're seeking, it's also seeking you. I think that is so beautiful, so profound, and so true. You don't often think of it in terms like that, though. You don't think that what you're trying to attain is also seeking you out to create this fulfillment.
Yeah.
Love that. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So when you desire something, we have to understand that we're also, this is where the law of vibration comes in. We're in resonance with a thing. That means that you're on the same frequency as that thing. So that thing is not complete without you.
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It's not complete without you. That's where like the misunderstanding of like in a relationship where somebody says you complete me, right? I understand where that statement came from, and of course we now say don't say that, right? Because your whole blah blah blah.
Sure.
But there is something interesting though, like with a relationship when two people come together in harmony, it creates a third entity, right? That's why they say like people are better together than apart, because the two energies of like-mindedness coming together create a third possibility that didn't exist without it. And it doesn't have to be like it can be in romantic, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be in business. It can be in friendship. It can be in a lot of different ways. So whatever it is, like a car needs somebody to drive it, right? I think it was, I'm trying to remember the story that we had with kids that used to express that message. Was it My Little Toaster?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. There's
the seeking is seeking you piece.
There was a story that they used to tell kids. It was a little cartoon story or a book or something where the thing was all alone and it needed the person to use it. I don't remember if it was, I don't remember. And Somebody
Yeah,
out there
it
is listening to
probably
will know what I'm talking
Is
about.
it the Brave Little Toaster? Is that what it is?
It might have been the Brave Little Toaster.
As I'm looking it up here, these things are living in an abandoned cabin.
Yeah.
They've grown lonely,
Yes.
longing to reunite with their owner,
Yes.
Rob.
Yeah, the Brave Little Toaster.
Okay.
That's what it was. So, like, a toaster has a purpose, but it needs a person to use it.
Correct.
A car has a person, but it needs a person to use it. A house has a purpose, but it needs a person to use it. All things need its companion to use it. So they both have a purpose, and they're both seeking each other. And you might think to yourself, that's bullshit. No fucking toaster is looking for me. That's not true. That's not true. It was created with the intention of a person to use it. So it's not complete without that.
Sure.
Right? So if we just write that off in our mind as folly, we really misunderstand a fundamental idea about the universe, because everything is here to coordinate with each other in order for life to continue to move forward.
That's great. Well, in relation to whatever it is you're seeking, it's also seeking you. You talked about in the episode, when you make the decision on something you want to happen, the way always is delivered to you no matter what. The how will always show up as long as your decision is unwavering and you have faith and belief that that thing is going to happen. And it's essential that you bring in gratitude. We talk a lot on this show about gratitude and its importance.
We do.
Why do you think gratitude is elusive for some people and often forgotten in this process?
Because they're fucking angry.
Isn't that amazing?
People are angry, they're resentful, they're vindictive, they're hurt. Here's the truth. People go through life, and life is rough, right?
Sure.
It'll beat the shit out of you if you really don't understand why things are happening. So when we have a fundamental misunderstanding of why we go through hardships in life, we end up bruised, battered, and broken on a spiritual, emotional level, physical level, psychological level, like on all levels. And there's a lot of broken people out there, just, really, really broken individuals. A lot of us are running around mildly broken. Like, we put a good mask on every day. We do enough to make it through life, but inside we're hurting, or inside we're angry. And if we don't understand that those things actually repel the good that we desire, then by the law of manifestation and creation, we just repeat those things in our life. See, that's where, like, without any outside information, people just keep experiencing the same damn thing over and over again, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is the use of this? Because nothing ever changes. They have a conscious want for something to change, but what's operating that, the power behind it, doesn't change for them. So that's
if
what's
that part doesn't change,
it.
nothing changes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I used to explain it like this. The image that you hold in your mind, you have the thought. The thought itself is benign, right? It's just a picture or an image. But the emotion that we put behind it is like the engine that makes that thing go. And that's the part that people don't want to deal with the most, right?
Sure.
It's funny. Think about somebody who's angry or hurt. It's weird when you sit with them. It's like they want to hold on to it. They don't want to let it go, Yeah. Because they think in some weird way that it's protecting them.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's actually just perpetuating the hurt.
Yeah. If I stay angry in the world, then I don't have to get close to anybody again, and I don't have to risk being hurt.
Yeah. It's really interesting because when I'm struggling at my most, when I'm struggling the most to do something, it always comes back to gratitude. Steph is always quick to snap me back. She's like, have you been practicing gratitude? And I'll be like, no, I can't practice gratitude right now. I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I'm not getting the thing I want, blah, blah, blah. Temper tantrum nonsense, right?
Right.
But I would say that it's easy to practice gratitude when it's incense and peppermints and everything is, rainbows, right? When to practice gratitude the most is when it sucks the most.
When it sucks
and
the most.
that's the hardest for me, but I've gotten so much better because it's almost like the faucet turns on instantly. As soon as I sit down and write my A's and G's out, my appreciations, my gratitudes, you can feel an immediate shift happen. It's almost that quickly. And it brings me back to a place of, okay, I'm in control of how I feel. I'm in control of how much gratitude I choose to put out. And if I get up every day and provide gratitude, I make the world a better place. And it's amazing the things that come to you. And you can actually flip your situation on its head just by that one simple thing. But you're right. So many people are just, this is how it's going to be. My life sucks, period. I'm not going to practice gratitude for one reason or another.
Absolutely.
It's not that difficult to do.
No,
it really isn't.
No, and when you start doing it, it's easier. But I just want to make a reference point there. You said when it sucks, you should do it the most. That's absolutely correct. And the reason behind that is because that's how our mind is programmed through emotional impact or constant spaced repetition. So at the height of an emotion, if it's negative, if we don't reverse it, we're actually increasing our belief in the negative. We're anchoring that in our subconscious mind and actually making it stronger. So it's very important that we learn to understand how to change that so that when it's the most hard, then we go into gratitude, because we're literally rewiring our nervous system on how to respond to life as it shows up.
Right. And as someone is sitting here listening to this, there's probably all hell might be breaking loose in their life and they may be struggling with something, but they can do this right now. They can pause this recording and just take a moment to express gratitude toward the thing that you feel may be difficult and realize that every single situation has a gift.
Everything.
Period.
Every situation.
Gratitude. I'm telling you, get out and practice it more and more. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and you just will be amazed by all the stuff that comes from it. All right, so you also use the quote, by thought, the thing you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. Essentially, you can't act in the past, but you must act in the now. It's the only time that is right now. What do you say to those who use the excuse that it's not the right time, it's not the right place, it's not the right situation, when the thing they want is trying to come to them, but they're saying, it's just not my time?
Well, it depends on the person, but like for the teaching in the podcast here, I would say that the truth is they don't want it bad enough.
And you've heard that before.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And I say that with 100% respect to everybody that's listening to this. But damn it, if I have not lived that and come face to face with that truth in my life, it's absolutely amazing when you realize that what you're really saying is that I want, so you're taking responsibility, I want whatever it is that this excuse is providing for me in the moment more than I want to take the thing that I want and break through that excuse and do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
That's the fucking truth right there.
Right.
It is the truth. When you change that, you make so much progress because you send a message to your subconscious mind that says, go ahead, throw something at me. You see if I stop. It ain't going to happen. Eventually, your subconscious mind stops doing it.
Brilliant.
And that's where the mind chatter stops. That's when the terror barrier stops. That's when all the circumstances that start getting, thrown up, all these challenges where people struggle, so to speak, all of that stops. It calms way down because your subconscious mind knows that it's okay. The other thing is that I think our subconscious mind learns very well also. So when you've heard me say become comfortable being uncomfortable.
Correct.
When we go out there and we start changing a lot of things and we do it repeatedly, we're teaching our subconscious mind it's okay to go out there and take chances and risks. It's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen. So our mind it learns it does not need to go into fight or flight because we have the ability to think through the challenges that were presented in those journeys. It's not like we're not going to be presented challenges. We will. But we also have to understand that we've got this amazing intellect. If we calm ourselves down, we have the ability to think through any problem.
Any problem, any situation.
Any problem. Steph and I will sit down and we'll talk about where are we going with the company, right? So we'll set a big goal to do something. We know we're going to have a ton of problems in doing that. But we also know that between her and I, we can think our way through anything that shows up. and not just get through it, but achieve our goals at the same time.
Yeah, and every time you do that, you send a message to your subconscious mind that you are the one in charge. You're not going to let it dictate you. You're going to take the fight to them.
Right.
I love that. Well, this 3-parter was incredible. Absolutely loved it. Any parting shots you want to provide for our listeners that are out there changing their beliefs to change their results?
Study this. Like study it, and start applying it where you can, where you know you're going to follow through the most, because trust is a really big thing with this. But the more you start to intellectually grasp what it is that I've taught over these 3 parts, the faster things are going to change in your life. I can always take it back. It doesn't matter the person, the situation, doesn't matter how much money they have or don't have. I can always take it back down to a belief system with them. That's why we're able to help people change so fast, because I can dial in exactly on what that belief is, help them understand how to change it so they want to change it, because that's also a big thing we've talked about before. You have to want to do it.
Yes.
And then when they make that change, they get the result. However, that does not eliminate anybody, even the people that I work with, from studying, right? I just give them the right stuff to study, which is also why we're putting this out the way that we are, so that we can help more people understand what it is that they do, and they don't ever have to meet me, and they can start making changes.
Right, and they can start today.
Right now.
Absolutely love
There's
it.
no other time but now.
Yeah, there is it. That's exactly right. There I go, trying to go into the head. Yeah, right.
So for everybody that's listening to this, whenever you're hearing it, the thing that's in your life today, that's the time to do it right now. I don't care what it is. I don't care when it is. Right now is the only time.
Yeah, there's no right time. There's only this time. I love it. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say a big thank you for all of our listeners, and personally for me, for putting this together, because it has been absolutely inspirational, mind-blowing, and I can't wait to go back and listen to these over and over and over again. Thanks, David.
Yeah. Share it with somebody.
Yes, please share.
It'll change their life.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to the Successful Mind podcast. And if you like what you heard and you want to know more, go to davidnagel.com/free stuff.